When I was at school in my teens, I didn't have internet. I lived in a rural backwater. I didn't even know what internet meant. The only way to learn English was by attending school and listening to the English teacher. But then the teacher did not speak English. He spoke Bangla, my mother tongue. By the time I had cable television at home, I had finished school and graduated to college. That is, classes 11 and 12. So you can imagine how difficult it was to learn English back in the day. You guys are lucky because being fluent in English is easy for you. It's even easier if you follow these 10 habits. Speak English every day, even if only for 10 minutes. Short, consistent speaking practice beats rare, long sessions. Pick 10 minutes each day and treat it like a non-negotiable appointment. Speak to a classmate, a friend, or even to yourself in front of a mirror. Use simple prompts. Describe your breakfast, narrate a short story, or explain one thing you learned today. If you have a partner, swap 5-minute turns so both of you speak. If you're alone, use voice notes or a voice recorder. Send a short message to a study buddy or post a quick update in an English-speaking group. The key is habit and pressure-free repetition. The more you move your mouth, the more automatic sentence patterns become. Over time, you'll notice fewer hesitations and faster retrieval of phrases. Watch or listen to something in English regularly, actively, not just in the background. There's a big difference between passive background noise and focused listening. Choose material you enjoy, a sitcom, a short podcast episode, a news clip. Listen once for general meaning and a second time to note useful phrases or collocations. Then repeat short parts aloud to mimic rhythm and intonation. Use subtitles sparingly. Start with subtitles in English if you need them. Then switch them off and try to catch phrases. For pronunciation practice, slow playback to half speed for tricky lines and shadow the speaker. That is, speak along with them with a beat behind. Over time, you'll notice familiar grammar patterns and natural phrasing emerging in your speech. Treat listening as a model of natural speech, not only as entertainment. Read authentic English texts and use reading to build usable language. Reading is the engine of vocabulary and phrase knowledge. Don't limit yourself to textbooks. Read news articles, blog posts, social media threads, and short stories. When you read, do it actively. Underline phrases that look useful. Note collocations, words that go together, and copy short sentences into a notebook or digital file. Then practice using those phrases in your own sentences. Write a short paragraph or say 3 sentences aloud that contain the new phrase. Reading aloud is especially powerful because it combines recognition and production. You see the language and force your mouth to make the sounds. Don't fret about mistakes. Make them into tools for learning. Fear of mistakes is the single biggest thing that holds learners back. The truth is, mistakes are evidence of trying. When someone corrects you, don't switch off. Note the correction. Ask for a short explanation and then use the corrected form 3 times in the next 5 minutes so it sticks. Create a mistake log where you write down recurring errors and practice corrected forms deliberately. Also, create safe speaking spaces where communication is more important than perfection. Study groups, language exchange partners, or classes that emphasize fluency first. Overcorrection can be demotivating, so ask helpers to prioritize the most damaging errors, those that can lead to misunderstanding, and leave cosmetic points for later. Accepting mistakes reduces anxiety and increases the volume of practice you'll do, which is ultimately the fast track to fluency. Learn phrases and chunks, not isolated words. Fluent speakers use chunks, fixed or semi-fixed phrases like "I'd rather not," "on the other hand," or "that sounds great," which speed up production and make speech sound natural. When you learn a new word, collect a few example phrases that show how it's used. Use substitution drills. Take one useful chunk and swap out one word each time to make new sentences. For example, I'm interested in X. I'm interested in learning X. I'm not interested in X. Keep a short phrase book organized by function. Greetings, agreeing, asking for clarification, giving opinions. Practice these chunks until they become automatic responses in conversation. This approach reduces mental load during speaking because you are retrieving ready-made pieces rather than building sentences word by word. Think in English. Instead of translating from your mother tongue, translating slows you down and often produces unnatural sentences. Train your mind to label things and form short thoughts directly in English. Start with simple, safe exercises. Narrate your immediate actions aloud. I'm making tea. Now I'll check my email. And gradually increase complexity to describe past events or future plans. When you catch yourself translating internally, pause and rephrase the thought in simpler English. Practice timed thinking drills. Set a 2-minute timer and try to speak or think only in English, allowing small mistakes. The more you practice internal monologue in English, the more fluent your output will become because your brain learns to form thoughts without translation. Recording is one of the fastest ways to see measurable progress. Use your phone or computer to record short clips, a 1-minute description of a photo, a 30-second summary of an article, or a short opinion piece. When you play it back, be kind but analytical. Focus on 1 or 2 things to improve. Pronunciation of a particular sound, filler words like or pacing, rather than trying to fix everything at once. Keep a dated folder of recordings so you can compare and hear progress over weeks and months. Hearing your earlier attempts is a huge confidence booster. Get feedback from someone more fluent and ask for the right kind of help. Quality feedback speeds learning, but how you ask matters. Instead of correct me all the time, give specific instructions. Please correct only my pronunciation, or note only repeated grammar errors. This prevents overwhelming corrections and keeps feedback actionable. Use teachers for targeted lessons or language exchange partners for conversational practice. Tutors can provide structured correction and useful model phrases. When you receive corrections, practice the corrected forms in short time drills immediately after to log them in. Also, alternate between correction-focused sessions and fluency-focused sessions. One day you may work on your accuracy and pronunciation. The next day, focus on speaking freely without interruption. Focus on pronunciation, word stress, and sentence stress to be understood clearly. Pronunciation is not just about individual sounds, it's about rhythms, stress, and intonation. English speakers use stress to signal meaning. The wrong syllable stress or flat intonation can make you hard to follow. Then move to word stress drills. Photograph versus photography, and sentence stress. Decide which information in a sentence is new and emphasize it. Work on linking, how words connect in fast speech, and reductions, how native speakers shorten words by shadowing short audio clips. Use drills like reading a short paragraph fast and then slowly feel the stress patterns. Improving these elements makes your speech clearer and more natural. Set clear, realistic goals and track progress consistently. Fluency is a long-time project. Vague aims lead to slow, intermittent effort. Use SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, I will record a 2-minute spoken summary 3 times a week for 6 weeks, or I will learn and use 15 useful phrases this month. Break big goals into weekly micro-tasks and put them in your calendar so they become habits. Track progress with simple metrics: minutes spoken per week, number of recordings, or new phrases used in conversation. These are 10 practical habits that will move you toward genuine fluency. Daily speaking, active listening, reading of authentic materials, embracing mistakes, learning chunks, thinking in English, recording yourself, getting helpful feedback, working on pronunciation, and setting realistic goals. Pick 2 or 3 habits to start this week and make them small and consistent. Which ones are you going to pick? Let me know in the comments.